Hello and welcome to day 18 of the Every Bit Counts Challenge here at From the Roots Up. Today we are going to be dehydrating okra. Alright, this is going to be one of the simplest things that we've done all month, and you might be wondering, why would you dehydrate okra? Well, it's just a great way to eat okra. You can dehydrate it, set it out, and just snack on it like potato chips. Another fun thing that you can do with dehydrated okra is use it in place of croutons on your salad. So if you're trying to avoid the carbs, trying to avoid the gluten, things like that, here's a simple way to substitute those croutons for a nice, crunchy, salty, savory snack on top of your salad. So what we're going to do is very simply take our okra. It's clean. We're going to decapitate the heads and start cutting it into thin slices. Now some of this is quite large okra. The thicker you slice it, the longer it's going to take to dehydrate, and so I'm slicing it pretty thin. For scale in my big fingers, this is about as thick as I want to do it. And this is just going to be a super quick, super simple way to put back one more thing for the Every Bit Counts challenge. Okay, I've got a lot more of this to do, but all we're doing is slicing it, and we're going to lay it out on our dehydrator trays. Now, if you cram a bunch of it in there so they're touching each other, then that'll probably make it take a little longer to dehydrate. I'm leaving just a little gap in between them to help them dry efficiently. But the fun thing is, we're not going to do just plain okra. How boring is that? Nope, we're going to spice it up a little bit. And by spice it up, I mean add some spices. Okay, I'm going to take one tray and we're just going to do some salt. That'll be very simple. That's great to snack on, just having some salted okra. But then I'm going to take, well, I said one tray. We'll see how many trays I end up with. I've probably got enough here to do maybe 4 or 5 trays. We'll see. So I'll do some of them with just salt for snacking. I'm going to do some of them with some garlic powder, and that'll be the ones that I will favor for putting on salads. You could do some ranch seasoning on them if you want to make them spicy. You could do a little cayenne. Get creative, have fun with it, try different things, but these are going to be a great healthy snack, a great salad topper. Leave a comment below what else would be a good thing to add some dehydrated okra to. Give us some ideas, tell us what you like. I'm going to get the rest of these cut up, get my dehydrator trays all filled up, and then we'll come back and sprinkle the spices on in just a second. One quick comment, of course you want to wash your okra before you get started, but after you slice it, some people ask if they should rinse it off again. You know, okra has kind of that sticky, slimy stuff on the inside, and some people are worried about getting that out before you dehydrate it, and there's no reason to do that. That'll dry just like the rest of the okra. If you want to rinse it, I'm not going to say you can't, but you're just adding moisture to the okra that's probably going to make it take longer in the dehydrator. So don't worry about that. Clean the outside, slice it up, get it on your trays, and you'll be good to go. Okay, I've got everything cut up. I made 3 1/3. Really, probably if I wanted to take the time to scoot those around, I could fit it all on 3, but there's plenty of room in the dehydrator. I'm not going to waste the time doing it. We're going to just season these and then go get them loaded up. So I'm going to actually salt all of them. And this I'm just doing regular old table salt. And then for 1 1/3, I'm going to add garlic powder. Again, there's lots of things you could add to flavor these guys up. Let's get these in the dehydrator. We're going to set it to 125 degrees. And in theory, it's going to take 4 to 6 hours. Now, it's late. It's almost midnight, so I'll be up in the middle of the night checking on them. But that's okay. This would be easier during the day, but we've got a lot going on. So I'm going to go ahead and get these started tonight. And if they're not quite done, we'll just leave them in there longer. What we're shooting for is crunchy, not just chewy. So unless I've cut them too thick, we should be able to do that. Let's go stick them in. Okay, these top two are the salt only. Did I put that in straight? Yeah. And then I'll put the garlic ones down on the bottom. Okay, we're going to get our lid on here, or the door, or the hatch, or whatever we're calling it. We're going to go about 125, and it is 11:30 p.m. right now. So about 3:30 in the morning, I'll get up and come check on them. Maybe, hopefully, they'll be done that fast. If so, I'm not going to record. I'll hang on to them until tomorrow, but if they need longer, they can take all the time they need. We'll be back when they are crunchy. All right, we're back. It is the morning. Checked these a couple of times during the night. They weren't quite done. Ended up taking about 9 hours before I pulled them off. But I want you to hear how crispy these are. Hopefully you can hear this in the microphone. So much yum. They really are. I could just sit here and snack on them. Now, I started with about 2 pounds of okra, and I knew they would dehydrate down smaller. I wasn't thinking how much smaller they would get. So even though I did some with salt and some with garlic, the 2 batches that I made are not going to come close to filling even our small jars. So I'm just going to mix them all together to store them, and it'll just be a slightly less garlicky snack or salad topping, which is fine because only about half of them are going to have the garlic seasoning. But this jar is still too big, I'm sure, but this is what we've got. And take a pint jar, and to preserve these until we're ready to use them, you could, if you were ready to use them now, you could just stick them in a Ziploc bag and start snacking, start sprinkling. We got to wait at least until the end of the Every Bit Counts challenge before we crack into these. And so we're going to use our vacuum sealer and seal them up in a jar, and that will let them set and wait on us. And so I'm just going to start filling this little jar. So we'll have one to set in the pantry. This one has about 2/3 of them with the garlic. This will be a good one for crouton salad toppings. This one is just salt, and I may just take this to work with me to snack on. Of course, it's not a big jar. I would snack on that during the day and it would be gone in one day. So we're going to use the accessory attachment with our food saver, and what that is going to do is let us suck the air out of the jar. That way it will set and save, for a few weeks until we're ready to crack it open. Probably won't be that long. So all we're going to do is place the lid and the jar inside this attachment. We're going to plug the air hose into the top of the attachment. We're going to turn this on. We've got an accessory button here that will use the attachment tube rather than the main unit. And there you have it. We pop this off. And our lid is on there good and tight. We'll label these, set these aside, and that's it. We're all set. We've got a little bit extra to add to our put away pile for the month of August. Thank you so much for joining us again. This is a super quick, easy way to have, like I said, a snack or a topping. It didn't have to be for salad. You could sprinkle this on some different things. Leave a comment below if you have a dehydrator. What are your favorite things to dehydrate? Give us some more ideas. We've still got a couple of weeks left in this challenge and a lot of projects to do, so we hope you'll come along. If this is the first video that you've seen, check out the whole playlist because we've been busy this week putting back lots of things. Hit that like and subscribe and share and all of those buttons down below. Help us out, and we'll see you next time.